I get? What do I stand to benefit? And I look I scratch my head and I say, you know what, I'm going to tell you straight up. You know, we are not missing words. The CPS is not going to pay your mortgage. The CPS is not going to write you a check at the end of the month. You know, benefiting from that is not on the CPS budget. You know, he made the trip himself, and all the other people, Austin, flying from California. It was out of personal stuff. So the CPS is not going to pay you for stuff. So there is no direct reward. But if you are part of the people who think things need to be done better, if you seriously think the time has come for you to make a difference, I think you may consider the CPS. You should really consider the CPS. So, my friends, the hour is now, I think. Our community is, many of you may not say it, but our community is, we need to really get our act together. When I go to my Ghanaian and Nigerian functions, I'm pretty impressed. But at the same time, I'm saddened because I think we are equally able to step up to the plate. So, those people who think, you know, the CPS lacks the spine to move the agenda forward, I'll have to ask you to think again about that. You know, if you're one of the cynics who think, you know, the CPS is going to fall before it starts, I'll ask you to think again about that. And if you think, you know, you're doubting the conviction behind the mission, you know, I'll have to ask you to think again about that. Because it's worth reminding all of us in this auditorium today, all of us, that the famed American scientist, Thomas Edison, figured out 99 ways of how not to make a light bulb before he finally did. 99 ways, that's some conviction. He's failed 99 times before finally getting it right. Throughout this tormenting time in his life, he never wavered. His conviction never wavered. He was as persistent himself. So, indeed, it is an incredible story that we all should learn from. And I think we should take forward from here and say, this is the time for us to make a difference. So, in order to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just make just talk a little bit about one individual, one brilliant Cameroonian. As a young man, this guy has been very successful in his life. He's worked really hard. He works for one of the greatest companies that are out there. He works for PricewaterhouseCoopers. And as you know, PricewaterhouseCoopers is one of the big 4 auditing firms, and he has risen quickly in the leadership ladder in his company. And this rise in his company was not because he was sitting back and not working, but it's because the guy genuinely was pushing the hard stuff and working hard. So when Mr. Austin Awason puts $1,000 and writes a check to the CPS, I am damn sure there are many other people out there that I can see to why Mr. Awason makes such a commitment. And it's not just Mr. Awason alone. There are a lot of people in this auditorium today that have personally contributed more than $1,000 to the CPS. And for people that are putting, young people for that matter, that are still struggling to get by, for those people that are putting up $1,000, I think we can do a lot more to help them. So ladies and gentlemen, if you believe you could become involved with an organization, that does not care if you hail from Sakmalima, from Eboloa, from Bowie, or from Amenda. If you believe that you could become part of an organization that treats you the same, irrespective of whether you're from English-speaking Cameroon, French-speaking Cameroon, if you really believe that you could be part of the solution, ladies and gentlemen, and that you could channel your resources to make a difference, if you strongly believe this, then I ask you to join the CPS. Join us as we take baby steps. Just baby steps in moving our community and our country forward. Our country people are waiting for us to come around. And in this auditorium here, I see brilliant individuals that can move their agenda forward. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming, and I hope you all have a good time. Thank you.